All right, Seattle Seahawks versus the Atlanta Falcons. Huge game for both teams. Atlanta trying to prove that they're for real. Seattle trying to just kind of get back in the winning ways. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but we have this channel talking about teams that are under the radar and don't get the love nationally like they should. Seattle hasn't been getting the love these last few years, and I still think they're really good, and they've got an opportunity to prove that this week. So here's what happened. They have placed Rashawn Jenkins, I got a little bit of a cold here, hang with me. Rashawn Jenkins on IR Wednesday, meaning that they promoted Ty Akata, who's a safety. Let me pull this up. And then, but they also signed Eric Garror to the practice squad. He comes with some playing experience, and I like that. So let's pull this up real quick. Here's the two guys I'm talking about. So you get Ty Akata, and then you get Eric Garror to the practice squad. Jenkins, who signed as a free agent, ranks third on the team in tackles. He's played in every snap of the defense this far. So the story is Rashawn Jenkins is gone. That's the big story. However, you've got some opportunities with some different guys. Now, just really quick, and we're going to turn our attention to the Atlanta Falcons, but from an outsider's perspective, you're still really good defensively. This hurts, right? Lions are going through it with losing Aiden Hutchinson, and it's the unfortunate nature of football. It just is, because it's like, honestly, in a perfect world, I would just love if there weren't injuries, right? In Madden, turn injuries off and just let's roll with who you get and let's go. But it's just not like that. So it's like, who can survive this season? There's just going to be guy after guy that goes out with injuries. So let's just talk about the corner that you just signed. He went undrafted in 2023. This is Garror. He signed with the Tennessee Titans and appeared in 12 games and made 4 starts last year. So this is a great find. This deep into the season, we're able to find a guy that's got playing experience, still young, get him at a cheap price, comes on in, practice squad, could use him later. So don't lose hope, I guess, if you're the Falcons. It's happening all over the league. Big names that are going out for the season. Number one, there's plenty of players on your team. Plus, you're adding guys. This is it's all part of it. And I hate it, honestly. I just kind of hate it. So it's all good, though. All right. So the Seahawks start 3-0, lose 3 in a row, and kind of get beat up in the last couple games. Lost to San Francisco, lost to the Lions, and just kind of like, shoot. But I think it's okay because were you as good as your 3-0 start? No. Are you as bad as your last 3 losses? No. Somewhere right in the middle, kind of land at 3-3, take a bye, let's go. So the Atlanta Falcons, they're in the midst of a 3-game winning streak, and they've had their best offensive performance of the season, 38 points against the Panthers, so who cares? But it sets up for a really big showdown. Can the Seattle Seahawks defend the Atlanta Falcons in a way that we think they can? And then can Geno Smith get some more time, make some plays, and move this team to 4-3? All's good. Let's go. Or you lose. Now you're 3-4. And it's like, oh, geez. So I looked up some predictions and some things that are going on. And basically it's the Falcons favored by 3. The over-under is 51 points. And I went to the national side of things just to see, because our channel is about how the national media doesn't pay any attention to some of these teams, and not that you don't get paid any attention to, but you see it, right? The Lions are getting a lot of attention. I get it. Green Bay, a lot of the NFC North teams, of course, always the New York teams, the LA markets, Dallas. So I want to see what the experts were saying, right? Experts. They've got Falcons 29, Seahawks 30. Falcons 26, Seahawks 25. Falcons 28, Seahawks 13. Falcons 26, Seahawks 22. It's not because this is a Seattle video, because we do Falcons videos too, because they kind of get overlooked as well. I think Seattle is a great bet here to win outright, because coming off a bye, really getting a little bit more healthy in spots. Also, you're getting worse in spots when you lose your starting safety. But I think we're going to see a different team out of the bye that kind of got like, whoa, we got hit the last couple of games that we played. We need to wake up and decide what we want this season to be. And I know it's not that easy and it's going to be just talk, but the personnel's there, the coaching staff's there, and this is where we really find out about McDonald. Is he a guy that can level set things, be cool, and just go forth? Or is it going to go off the tracks? Huge game. But you can see nationally, everybody's like, yeah, I think Atlanta. I think Atlanta's going to probably win this one. I love the Seahawks in this spot. Now, another topic is, would you trade DK Metcalf? It's come up quite a bit. And what would you get for him? So the Titans traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles. They gave up 18th overall and 101st in the draft. It's kind of basically a first and a third. Then you're looking at maybe a top 5 pick. Like what would it be? So here's the thing. From an outsider's perspective with Metcalf, and I'd love to know your thoughts on him. Do you love him? Do you hate him? Where are you at as a Seattle Seahawks fan? My thoughts are he feels like a guy that is just very timely with keeping his critics quiet. And here's what I mean. You want more from him. You expect a little bit more from him. And just about the point you're going to get upset with him and just give up on him, he hits an 80-yard bomb, catch and run. He's a beast. He looks the part. And you're just like, all right, he's sweet. And then he doesn't do anything or doesn't do quite enough. And then just about the time you're thinking, I don't know, man. I don't know about this dude. He needs to do some more things. He hits a big catch, takes it for 50 yards, makes a guy miss, runs a guy over, jumps over 6 guys, and you're like, oh, yeah, he's sweet. So is he the guy that consistently can give you what you need, or do you need to look in a different direction? I think that's the question if you're a Seahawks fan. And for me, I would absolutely trade him. If someone wanted to take him for a first and a third, he's still young enough where you could maybe get that. I mean, you just saw that Adams went for a 3rd-round pick, and there was more to that. There was some salary stuff. He's an older player, so I get that. And you saw that Keenan Allen went for a 4th-round pick. So I wouldn't do any of those, but if someone got hyper-aggressive and wanted to give some some draft picks for DK Metcalf, absolutely. I don't think he's consistent enough. I think he always leaves you wanting just a little bit more, and that's just an outsider's perspective. Again, maybe he's the heartbeat of the team. Maybe guys follow him. Like, I don't get that. I just don't fully get that sense. So I think it would make sense to move on from him. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Again, we kind of cover these under-the-radar teams because our team was under the radar for so many years. And we'll see all of you on the next one.